came in this bag. It says Dior. There's one other Polène bag that I don't think I've ever mentioned on this channel. Ferragamo first. Here's the dust bag. A very expensive pair of earrings. Yeah, there's no way around that. To reveal. All right, let's see if I'm still able to do this. Is this camera even on? I hope it is. Anyway, hi everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Maybe this is your first time watching one of my videos. If it is, hi, I'm Lesley. So glad to have you here. On my channel, I talk about all things luxury, in particular handbags. No one is surprised based on this backdrop, but I cover a wide range of topics. I film unboxings, keep that in mind. I love filming shopping vlogs. I adore filming travel vlogs. If any of that sounds like a thing, I would love for you to consider subscribing and joining my little YouTube family. We're fairly close to 10k subscribers, which is insane. Still a couple of hundred to go, but we'll get there eventually, hopefully, and maybe you're going to be part of that. I did mention handbags, I did mention unboxings. Welcome to a collective unboxing haul, collective haul, I guess, of stuff that I purchased over the last couple of months. I just came back from the city. I filmed a shopping vlog, hence why I might look a little disheveled, but one of the items that I purchased in that shopping vlog is going to be part of this video. So we have two handbags to unbox and one like additional thing. So we have Dior, Polène, Ferragamo. Okay, let's do chronological order, which would mean Ferragamo first. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I love going to outlet villages. I do have like a whole playlist going. So I've been to Roermond, which is in the Netherlands. This is like my go-to because it's closest to me. I've been to Ferragamo twice, that's close to Milan. I've been to the Mall Firenze, which is close to Florence. It's been a couple of years, maybe it's time to go back. And I've been to the Paris one. Long story short, I purchased the bag at Ferragamo at the outlet in Roermond. Ferragamo is present in most outlet villages, like premium outlet villages. Here's the dust bag. If you've watched that vlog, you may know which bag I purchased. To reveal, a hug bag. Finally, I've been talking your ears off about potentially getting a hug bag at some point. And I finally pulled the trigger. I found her at the outlet. Oh, okay, gosh, I don't think I have the invoice with me. I'm gonna look at my invoice again. I'm fairly certain that this was 42% off, which is insanity. And look at this gorgeous color. I've been wearing it a couple of times already. I seem to have like a thing going for like green, sage green kind of colors, because look at this. So this is my Mona Gabriella, which I also got like at a discount, but at the Mona boutique in London, but this is going out of production. So I was able to get 40% off this one. Yeah, they're fairly similar. This is more cool tone, I'd say. This is like a little darker, but those were basically like when I purchased this, my Mona Gabriella was the most recent bag purchase prior to that. So I was like, can I really justify like two green bags essentially? Turns out I was. So let's put her back. There we go. So this is the hug bag, the medium size, if I'm not mistaken. There's a smaller one. They didn't have any of the like very small ones at the outlet, and they did have the bigger ones. Those are massive though. So it's just like a matter of luck in terms of which colors you're going to find at the outlet. When I went and I purchased this one, this was the only color in this size, and the size up was like a similar, more like minty green, and it did have like a different color interior, which I didn't love. Also, that size is massive. That was in Roermond. I went to Ferragamo afterwards, like a couple of months later, and they had like definitely a larger selection of hug bags at the outlet. Not blacks, but like they had a pink, blue. So if you have a like outlet village close to you that does have a Ferragamo and you're interested in getting a hug bag, I'd say, yeah, definitely check it out. And check out my vlogs in case you're interested to get like a feel in terms of the selection and prices. Again, yeah, I'm fairly certain, like, I was really surprised by the markdown because generally Ferragamo bags at the outlets are 30% off. For whatever reason, both of the hug bags that I looked at, this one and the bigger size, were 42% off, which is insane. Again, I'll be including the price somewhere on the screen. So, oh, I'm so happy with this. This is like, yeah. Let me know if you want like a full in-depth review and like what fits inside and stuff. This is just going to be the unboxing. Also because my camera is already flashing. Maybe I should have like charged my camera before starting this video. Anyway, so yeah, you may be familiar with the hug bag. This is like the standout style for Ferragamo, and it's been performing quite well, I'd say. So hug bag, because basically the bag hugs itself, which is so cute. And you have like a way of adjusting, make it a little tighter because you have two of these slits on either arm, essentially. And the inside is very generous. Look at this. You can definitely like stretch it out. Also, the handles are somewhat malleable, so you could, if you wanted to, tuck the handles in and basically wear it as like a big clutch, which works as well, which is kind of fun. And the handles definitely allow for this like pushing down situation. You're not like affecting the structure or like the integrity of the bag. It's definitely, I think I saw it on the runway that they actually tucked the handles in, which is fun as well. But yeah, I'm not the biggest clutch wearer, especially not this like in this size, I'd say. So it's definitely gonna be a handheld bag for me. And it also comes with a shoulder strap. That being said, I think this bag is a little too big to be wearing it on the shoulder, let alone crossbody, but you have the option, and the like D-rings to adjust the shoulder strap are on the inside. Anyway, this is, I'm so happy. This is my first handbag purchase of 2026. I purchased it in March, February. It's been a while. So say hi to my new handbag. Let me know if you want like a dedicated video. I'm so happy with this. And it's got silver hardware, which I tend to not go for silver hardware, but like against this color, definitely works. And it's got feet on the bottom. Ferragamo usually is like very generous when it comes to the amount of feet. Like look at this. Look at the amount of feet on my studio bag. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 feet. This is insane. So yeah, the bottom of Ferragamo bags is usually very well protected. So yeah, that is unboxing number 1. Unboxing number 2, in chronological order, came in this bag. It says Dior. And yeah, it's not a bag. By the size, you may be able to tell. Let me, oh, I'm able to give you the price on that one. And again, you will see the price of the Ferragamo on, on the screen. And here it is. Any guesses? It's nothing, because I'm already wearing them. So you may have caught a glimpse of the earrings in the shopping vlog that I mentioned. So these are my first pair of Dior earrings altogether, and my first pair of tribals. So it's the tribals. Focus. There we go. And it's got a CD dangling here with a bee. Adorable. So yeah, these were on the pricey side. That being said, today, geez, okay, I briefly went inside Chanel today. Just like to walk around, and I was kind of like hoping to come across one of these like funky ass Nemo looking bags or like accessories. Fortunately for them, because I wouldn't see how anyone would be interested in actually purchasing stuff like that, and they're just gonna like sit on the shelf. So I guess they didn't even order the Nemo stuff. But anyway, so I went inside Chanel briefly and somewhat fell in love with a pair of earrings that had like similar concepts. So you have the CC on the front, and then you had another CC basically coming behind your ears. Those would have been 760 euros, if I remember correctly, for costume jewelry. Insanity. So, I mean, comparatively, these aren't even that expensive. Watch me justify a very expensive pair of earrings. Yeah, there's no way around that. I paid for these tribals 460. It's not that far off the 760, is it? Yeah, costume jewelry, is it worth it? Absolutely not. That being said, when did I purchase these? Maybe like April or something? I've been wearing them a lot. I'm a pearl girly. Obviously, these are not real pearls. These are like fake pearls. But I feel like they bring out the white in your eyes and the white in your teeth. So yeah. And that leads us to a very recent purchase. A couple of hours ago. Definitely an impromptu purchase, but I don't think I'm going to regret this. Also, it's Polène money. I wouldn't have like impromptu purchased a Dior bag. That being said, I'm also known for impromptu handbag purchases when it comes to more expensive bags. So okay, disregard that. Anyway. My second Polène bag in my collection, because there's the other Polène bag that I own. I purchased this in 2023 in Paris at the original boutique. I think at this point in time they do have a couple of Polène boutiques in Paris. This was at the Polène boutique fairly close to the Palais Royal area where these like black and white columns are. My numéro 9 mini, or like the smallest size in taupe. Such a stunning color and bag. But there's one other Polène bag that I don't think I've ever mentioned on this channel. I don't tend to talk about Polène a lot, but we do have a Polène boutique where I live. One of the few. I mean, they keep opening up new ones, but they're not like all over the place. We do have a Polène boutique, which is stunning. I did include like a little bit of footage in the vlog that I mentioned, so check that out. It's going to be linked in this corner. I think it's in this corner. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, right. So there's one Polène bag that I've been thinking about, my bestie as well, and we actually got the exact same bag. So we're twinning, which is amazing. And yeah, let me just show you. Oh, also, Polène turned 10 years old this year, I think. So we got like an excerpt of some kind of book that they produced. It says Longue Vue, which I think long view, like telescope or something. Anyway, so I think like, oh yeah, this talks about the history of the brand, I guess. And the book, I think you would have had to purchase that book. That book, like more of a coffee table book, that was massive. And I think like for it being such a new brand, Polène has so much to offer. Also, the prices are a little more, a little more digestible compared to like Dior, Moana, Louis Vuitton. By the way, in case you've never heard about Moana, check out my channel. I may have become like a little bit of a Moana fangirly. Moana is such an underrated brand, but yeah. I digress, which is what long format content is for. I've been uploading a couple of shorts on YouTube, but I'm just not a short form content kind of girly, I feel like. So here we are, long format, and you get all the like rants and like side quest thoughts that I get while I thought this was going to be like more of a structured video, but anyway. So any guesses? If you watched my vlog, let me know your guesses. There's not that much to guess about. And if you haven't watched my vlog, based on my preferences and like my style and stuff, leave your guesses below in terms of which Polène bag I got. I'll talk about the price in a second. Ooh, also I learned that, I think it's like included somewhere on the box, that the boxes are not just recycled paper, but there's also like recycled leather in the like boxes, which is, yeah, there we go. Polène has chosen a box wrapped in paper made with 25% leather manufacturing process residues and 40% post-consumption recycled cellulose. Okay, leather manufacturing process residue, so maybe not like leather. Anyway, they are definitely big on like sustainability and reusing stuff. So here it is. Let me... Okay, my camera's flashing. I have 10% battery remaining. I think we should be good. I think the fact that I felt that I felt the need to share like a couple of hours after I purchased it is a good sign, I think. Also, I finally got it out of my system to show you my tribals and my Ferragamo bag. But this was basically what motivated me to actually sit down and film. I tend to film in the morning, like when it comes to sit down videos, because yeah, as I said, I may look a little tired or shiny at this point. Hopefully you don't mind, but I was like, okay, when I get back home, I'm gonna finally do the collective haul, and here we are. And this is the last piece, and before I ramble on any further, to reveal guesses, color and style. So this is the mocky. Let me put the box down and then we'll... Geez, okay, too much stuff going on the ground. This is the mocky in the smaller size. They did have the mocky, like basically this exact one, but with contrast stitching as well, which looked very, very different in terms of like the look and feel, very like boho kind of thing. I definitely prefer this. This looks so sleek, and apparently the mocky is the most intricate, or like the bag style of Polène that takes the most amount of time. Also, it's made out of the most amount of leather, like individual leather pieces out of the entire range of Polène. So here she is. Look at her. So also I learned that mocky means hut in Norwegian, I think, and like when you hear it, kind of makes sense. These like huts with very low, like down sloping roofs, if that makes sense, especially like on the side that has the flap. So yeah, I love that Polène has like these very unique shapes. And again, they've been doing amazing stuff, even like especially considering that they're only 10 years old. So say hi to my mocky. They do come in a bigger size, but this is like, I mean, even the small size does have some depth to it. The bigger size, obviously like the entire dimensions are bigger, but also it's like very deep. And if you wear it like either crook of the arm or like a crossbody on the shoulder, it sticks out quite a bit. So I think this is definitely sufficient. Gold hardware, attachment options for the shoulder strap, which I hope is going to be inside. It's not a push button or like magnetized, you have to pull down the flap and then it opens up. Similar to, I think the Celine belt bag, the bigger size, used to have this like push and like hook mechanism as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like my belt bag does have a magnetized flap, but this is the nano size. I think the size up either used to have like this mechanism until they transitioned into this, or they had it the entire time until they discontinued it. But here we are. This is the inside. Okay, let's see. This is the strap. To be honest, considering the size of the bag, I would have preferred a slimmer strap, but it is what it is. Also, like if and when I'm able to wear a bag crook of the arm, I tend to do that, or just like handheld, but it's always nice to have the option of a shoulder strap. Here it is, obviously like still wrapped up and everything. We work with the store manager, which he used to work at Celine and used to be the store manager there, and then he transitioned into Polène, and he did like the unboxing for us basically in store, which I think is like the standard procedure. Just you have the floor models, and then he brought out both of our mockies in black and showed us that everything's fine with the bag and everything, which is appreciated. Here it is. So apparently this is the only Polène bag, he said anyways, that has a middle divider. All of the other Polène bags are just like one big compartment. Obviously, like an inside compartment does limit you in terms of like bulkier stuff that you're able to fit inside. But again, because it like spreads out towards the bottom, you're still able to fit a lot. Maybe even like a water bottle, depending on the size, umbrella. Same as with my hug bag. Let me know if you want me to film like a dedicated review, what fits inside, mod shots and stuff. This is just the collective haul. The intention was to keep it on the shorter side. I'm looking at my camera. We're at 22 minutes currently, so yeah, not as concise as I had planned. If you're still around and made it through the rambly bits and the side quest thoughts, maybe you're enjoying this. So yeah, I guess subscribe and be a part of the first 10K people that follow me or like subscribe to my channel. This is insanity. Like imagine 10K standing in front of you, actively choosing to watch your videos and like to listen to you ramble. Honestly, I appreciate you so much. Anyway, another side quest thought. So let's see, it does have the thingy here still attached. Maintenance information. In a couple of languages. Okay. You are the Mocky Mini in Noir. Noir obviously means black, but they do have two options. Either this like black on black, which I way prefer, just like me personally, because the other option, which would have been the contrast stitching, looked very boho. But that's an option as well, if you prefer that. So, okay. Anyway. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you want me to film dedicated videos on any of the pieces that I showed you. Also, I did mention a couple of months ago, maybe last year at some point, that I was thinking about filming an updated luxury jewelry collection. I do have like a fairly up-to-date luxury handbag collection video that will be linked here as well and in the description box. But jewelry may be a thing. I mean, I don't own that much fine jewelry in terms of like luxury. This is one of my only fine jewelry pieces, which like cost per wear wise, we're in the pennies area. Honestly, this is on my wrist constantly. I love my VCA and I'm so glad that I purchased it when I did, which was in 2021, I think, because since then the price has definitely gone up. Anyway, so let me know if you want me to film a like luxury jewelry collection video. Most of it is going to be earrings and costume jewelry for sure. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, ring that notification bell, especially because I don't know if I'm able to get to like a constant uploading schedule every single Sunday because I've got a lot going on outside of YouTube and unfortunately, yeah, hobbies are the first thing to go, I guess. So bear with me, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload a video. And yeah, thank you for sticking all the way until the end. I'll be catching you in one of my next videos. I think I'm gonna leave on this side of the screen on the other side, 2 videos or like playlists that you may be interested in watching next. And I guess have an amazing rest of your day. Bye.